it's on your computer camera.
My computer would be not that way. So sorry guys, technical difficulty here for just a second. And where did it go? We want the live view. That's not on. Sorry. We do not know what we're doing. Oh wait, we do know what we're doing sometimes. Let's see. Is your camera on?
Yes.
There we go. I can see you there.
Take off the face detection.
I know. There we go. We did test this
Box
like
on my
5 minutes
face.
ago, and I don't know what happened. There she is. Yay! Okay.
It works.
All right. So
Okay.
I will go
Turn
ahead
it
and take it
over.
away.
First, I'm going to start by moisturizing Kathleen's skin. I have a funny feeling she's dry like most people are in certain areas, but oily in others. So I'm going to start with our skin therapist. Just a couple pumps. And we'll see if we need a little extra. I feel she's a little dry through the nose, so I'm starting there.
I also had sunburn on my nose.
Means you need to use a little more sunscreen. I'm also coming underneath and down the neck a little bit. And I'm going to use a squirt of our Must Dew. It's an all natural oil, and that's going to help prep the skin for the foundation. People always ask if they have oily skin if they can use oils, and absolutely. This soaks into the skin, it's not going to lay on top. It smells really wonderful, like a spa, right?
Does.
So we're going to let that soak in, and I'm going to start on our eyes.
It smells so good.
And to start, I'm actually just using some of the colors from my concealer palette, and I'm going to use that as a primer for her eyes. And I'm choosing a color that pretty much matches her skin. It's going to cancel out any of the veins that she may have, and also act as a base for the shadows to stick.
So you put moisturizer on her face. Why is that important before you apply any makeup?
If you do not use moisturizer, the foundation will actually stick and drag, so it won't blend in properly. Okay, and I'm going to use our palette here. So this is actually our all natural palette, so all natural colors. I'm trying to figure out where that would be in there.
Yeah.
And I like to start from light to dark. That way I can continue on my brush to keep adding darker colors. So I'm just coming underneath the brow. Especially for photography, we don't want anything with shimmer in here, because all you'll see is that shimmer on the eyelid. I'm going to start by building. So these colors are extremely pigmented. They are professional grade makeup. So you can see I'm just taking a tiny little bit, and I like to then flick it off so that we have just the proper amount. I'm going to have you turn just a little bit towards me. That's good. We start with the shadow is where it's going to be the darkest, so I always like to start in the outer corner here. I'm just going to blend that in. You're going to see we're going to be doing a lot of blending here. And now we're going to keep layering. I'm going to go to the next darkest color. So you can see there's not a lot of product on my brush. up for me, Kathleen. I'm gonna pull a little bit of this color just underneath the lash line and connect it to the outside corner. So we're gonna start there. Now I'm gonna switch back over to my angled brush, and I like this. I'm gonna dip just a little bit of color here into this brownie points. Turn towards me a little. And this is the perfect shade to enhance and shadow the outer V. Kathleen has nice big eyes, so I'm gonna pull that color in a little bit.
We're having a little trouble hearing you. I'm just gonna bring this, see if I can bring it any closer.
Thing on it? What's that?
No, it didn't make any difference.
Okay.
Ooh, it's already getting pretty.
And I'm gonna go back and blend again. Turn towards me a little bit again. That's okay. I'm gonna do this side. I'm trying to stay out of the camera. Okay, now I can come back this way.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me or Elise, or ask here in the comments, and I'll make sure Elise answers them. I'll force her to.
I'm gonna take a little bit of that darker color again. Look up for me. Okay, so
up,
keep your
up.
chin down and
Oh,
down.
bad.
Yep, there you go. Just with your eyes. So this is a nice natural way to create a little darkness and depth underneath the eyes without doing a harsh liner.
You can tell I don't do this often. You look up, I was like.
A lot of people don't. Actually, it's a common misconception. Most people will do that and lift up their chin. Okay. Now I want to take a brush, and we're going to go with something a little lighter close. So again, I'm going to keep something a little more matte on her eyes. In photography, it's nice to have a little shimmer, but only a little bit. So I'm still using a nice natural nude color and just packing that on the lid. And you can see I'm packing, so I'm pressing the pigment on. I'm not sweeping. Now it's okay to add just a little shimmer. So I'm going to take this peachy green color, but I'm going to strategically place it right over where the iris would be. That way when she opens her eyes, it'll just brighten that area up a little bit. We're not going to go over the whole lid. Okay, now open. Take a look at me. Great. I'm going to blend here a little bit more. Bring that color in. And I always like to start on the eyes. That way if I get any fallout on her skin, I can still clean that up very easily. There's not a lot of fallout today.
I was just about to ask why you start on the eyes then, instead of the foundation.
The second reason I start on the eyes is I always say the eyes are the window to the soul. So I like to see the eyes really pop. And that's all I'm focusing on right now. And a little more color here. Okay, so I'm going to stop with the color there, and we're going to start working on the skin. So I like to use our Limelight foundations are actually made by a professional company, RCMA. They are all hand poured, handmade here in the United States. And I'm going to look. Kathleen has some yellow in her skin. I like to look at the neck area to see. She's pretty light, but like most of us, our face and our necks are a different color. So I am going to actually combine a couple colors. I think I'm going to take a little bit of our Shinto one And hold that for me a minute. Since they are wax based, they need to be warmed up a little bit. And I'm going to mix it a little bit with our porcelain color. So I'm going to go ahead and use my hand as a palette and mix these colors together. Now, to make them spread a little easier, I'm going to take just a tiny little drop of our must do.
What's that?
That is the must do. That's the oil that I started to prep her skin with.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually going to help thin down the foundation a little bit. Your skin's really not that bad, so what I want to do is just enhance it. I don't like to go full coverage on film. It tends to have the skin look not very natural, and we want to keep it as natural as we can. So I start to apply that 2 ways. I can set this down now. I'm going to start a little bit with the foundation brush to just get the product on there. And I'm just going to start blending it in. And you can see just that very small amount that I picked up already is starting to really blend into her skin. The nice thing also about this foundation is it doesn't sink into the pores. It stays on top of the skin, so it helps actually create the illusion of perfect poreless skin. Turn towards me.
Because nobody likes pores.
That's right.
Everybody has them, but nobody likes them.
We all have them. I'm going to pick up just a tad more. And I always like to work in layers, so if we need to add more product, we can. I like to start off nice and thin. I'm going to pull down the neck a little bit so we don't have a line.
I have like a hair going across my face.
We could Photoshop that out later.
I could just feel it.
And I always like to make sure we get the nose covered. Okay, turn towards me a little bit again.
Hi, Jess. Thank you for joining us.
Take a little bit of that under the eye too. So now you can see with one thin coat, her skin's already starting to look a lot smoother, and I still have a lot of product on the back of my hand. I like to take our blender full, and I'm just pushing that into the skin a little bit. That way the camera won't pick up any brush strokes that I would be missing with the naked eye.
Got a wet sponge or something on there?
This sponge is actually just dampened with a little bit of water.
Okay.
Anytime you use a sponge, you want to make sure it's wet so it becomes very pliable, soft, and feels great on the skin.
Never used one before.
Ah,
We're opening new horizons for you.
that's
I
right.
know, right?
Okay, now I'm going to take a look and see if I need to cover it any more. I'm going to put a little extra coverage here. These we're going to come in and hit with some concealer. I'm also going to, since she has her hair pulled back, carry that foundation a little bit onto the ear also. People forget about the ears. We don't want them to be red and sticking out. And I'm going to come right up into the hairline. Again, I don't want any of the makeup that we've applied on the skin to look like makeup. So we want to make sure it's very evenly blended. Okay, now we're going to go back into our concealers. The nice thing about these concealers is they're very creamy, but these were actually formulated for tattoo cover-up. So they stay, they're waterproof, and you don't have too many dark circles, but I'm going to take a little bit more of the salmon color. You have a little vein here that I'm going to cover up.
That's impressive, Kathleen, as a mom of two.
Yeah.
Those dark circles.
So I'm going to start with a brush, and then I'm going to go back to my sponge and just press that in. And I'm using the pointy end now. It's made for underneath the eyes and around the nose.
I try to sleep, so.
Turn towards me a little bit. So vein's carrying up here, so I'm going to counteract some of that blue that's popping through. And now I'm going to use a color that's more going to match your skin. I'm going to come down, and I always like to lift the eye a little bit with the concealer. And now that we also have foundation on, this blends very easily with the foundation. And again, I'm doing this to lift the eye. And I'm going to come in and just camouflage, cover up any of those spots that she may have.
I'm almost 30 and I still have acne.
That's a good sign. That means your skin's not going to age as quickly. Okay, and turn towards me a little bit. So I'm just applying a small amount of concealer. A lot of people think the more concealer you put on, the better it's going to be, but instead it actually just enhances those spots. So I'm just putting small amounts and pressing that in with my finger. Sometimes a little bit around the nose. We want to get rid of any of the veins there. Well, that's better than somebody saying it hurts, so that's a good sign.
Jessica says, my pretty Kathleenie.
Oh god. That Jessica, no.
And I don't really work in any particular order, other than starting with the eyes, going in on the skin, and then I'm going to start working back and forth a little bit on what I think needs to be taken care of. So I'm going to set that down. And now what I'm going to do is just set with our powder. This is a translucent powder. It looks very white. Don't be scared. And I'm just going to look up for me a minute. Make sure that nothing is settling in the lines that we all have under our eyes before I powder that. So I'm picking up some product, and you can see how pigmented all of these products are. I'm going to tap it off a little bit. And this is really just to mattify. Make sure that everything stays in place. So I'm going to concentrate around the areas that most of us tend to get a little oily. And that's right through the center of the face. I like to leave the rest of the area clear so that way it looks a little dewy and really like natural skin. And I'm going to come just under the cheekbone because we are going to very lightly contour that area.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that.
Especially for something like a headshot look, you don't really want to over contour. If we're doing boudoir or something very different, then I go in a lot heavier. So I like to use a few things to contour with. I'm going to start off with our number 6 concealer, which looks very dark, but it's really not. It's very blendable, and since I've not set this area with powder, it's going to blend right in. So if you see, turn your head this way a little bit. Looks like a very dark mark. This color works well on almost all skin tones. So I'm going to start by blending that in. I started up at the top of the ear and came down. Turn a little bit more towards me so I can see how we're doing here.
Elise, Elise, why would you want to hire a professional makeup artist for your photo shoots? If you're just having family pictures, or if you're getting married, or you are doing that boudoir shoot for Valentine's Day that's coming up, why is it good to hire a professional?
There's a couple reasons. First, we want to look more like ourselves. Like I said, it's just a better version of ourselves. And I think we see ourselves differently than I might see it. So I'm looking at different qualities on the face, on the eyes. The other reason is with the professional makeup, you really want to make sure that it's still very nicely blended. It makes the job much easier for the photographer. And the second thing is the eyes. I think a lot of people go too heavy, don't realize that they should not be using a lot of shimmer or where exactly to place it. So I always think it's much easier to have a professional makeup artist do your makeup. It's a nice treat. So we're going to start with that. And I am going to now come in, we're going to use a little bit of bronzer too, but on Kathleen, nice shadow color would actually be our taupe for the best. And although these are eyeshadows, I use these for many, many different things. I like to think of them just as pigments. I don't like to see a very orangey. A lot of people will use pure bronzer to actually contour, and that tends to throw a very orange cast, which does not come up well in photos. Sorry, I'm trying to keep your hair out of the way.
Say, you want me to hold it?
No.
Oh, we can barely hear you again.
Oh, sorry about that.
You have to yell.
Project.
So now you can see I'm just starting to shape a little bit on the face, something that looks very natural. I'm going to come in now with just a little bit of bronzer, and you can see what I'm saying about the bronzer. It is not orange at all. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of that color, which shows up on the brush a lot, and tap that off. I'm going to start up at the top of the ear. We're going to warm up our face just a little bit. I'm going in with a very, very light touch. I'm going to come up around our forehead area. Pick up a little more product. Sorry, I'm just come to the other side and do the same thing. And the reason I'm doing some of this color on the forehead is not only just to give a little more color, but it's also going to bring the size of the forehead.
Interrupted in a couple seconds.
Haven't seen that happen before.
Oh, I think we're good.
We're back on?
I think so.
So I'm going to take a little bit of the highlighter. My highlighter has a tiny amount of shimmer. That's the other thing, again, that you do not want. You want to bring a little sheen to the skin without glowing like a disco ball. And I'm putting that on the top of the cheekbone and bringing it up along the eyebrow. So this is going to bring a beautiful luminescence to your photo now. I'm just going to bring a touch down the bridge of her nose and a little bit on the lip before we go on with some blush. And I'm going to use a nice color. We're going to do a peachy color. It's going to blend with her skin a little bit. And blush, just be very careful. I always say you can always add more product. So start light, and then if we need to bring up the color, we can bring that up. Okay, just a lot more here. And turn and look at me a minute. Now what I want to do is use the blender again and just press everything so it's all going to blend together now. Just refining my line underneath here. Okay, look at me spraying on. I would say it's much easier to back up and look. So don't always stay close into your makeup mirror. Now we're going to start going back, and I'm going to work on the brows a little bit.
What brows?
They're there. And again, I'm going to use our pigments, our eyeshadow. I'm going to start a little bit lighter and then work into a darker color. Again, same theory, it's always easier to start lighter than darker. Her hair is also light. We never want to really match, though, our hair to our brows. We still want to keep some of that light on the face. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. And I like the brows to look very natural. So I'm going to start with this lighter color, and then I'm going to come in and use a little bit of the darker color. Most of us have light and dark in our hair, and I like to mimic the same thing with our brows. Put my glasses on so I can see a little closer here, because I want to do some fine strokes.
Jessica says, yeah, give my girl some eyebrows.
Aw.
I always feel like one eyebrow is higher than the other. They're shaped differently.
Most people's brows are.
Okay.
Don't ever try to make them look like twins, I always say. Identical twins are never gonna be. They can look like sisters, but not like twins. So I'm gonna take a shade that's now just a smidge darker. I'm gonna come in and mimic the shape of the hair. I'm gonna brush the product through. This tends to look much more natural.
It's pretty. Can you see yourself anywhere, Kathleen?
Nope.
No?
You turned the computer.
I did, sorry.
I couldn't even see anything anyways.
Okay.
All I could see was my eyes got a little darker around that area. That's about it.
So we'll have the big reveal at the end.
Okay, so I think we're
I'll
good on the
start crying.
brows there.
Are you start crying?
I'll start crying.
Now,
I look like Mimi.
No, we're not going for the Mimi look.
no, not at all. I'm going to start with now some black shadow first. So we're going to do some liner. Close your eyes. And I like to outline, and we're going to actually smoke this up a little bit with the black shadow. And by doing that, it's going to make it much easier for me to create a line with our wonderful eyeliner pen.
Yes, I love the eyeliner pen. It's my favorite.
It's one of my favorite products too. And open for you a minute. Great.
You are gonna look so hot at the gym tonight.
We're going to do a little bit of a wing, sometimes that lifts the eye.
You sweat it all off.
You can see this is just shadow, but it's really creating a beautiful liner also. Look at me a minute. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blend that up a little bit. And by doing that, we're smoking the color out and creating a nice soft line to start. So for headshots and things, this is a great way to turn towards me a little bit, to keep things soft, so we can see you speaking through your eyes. Look at me again. Great. Now we could go with that just alone, but I'm going to take out our eyeliner pen.
Ooh, I'm excited.
And the eyeliner pen is like a liquid eyeliner, but it's a brush, so it's great for makeup artists because I'm actually able to clean them after every client. I'm going to stay close to the lash line. And I'm actually, it's right on her lashes, just tickling them. Try not to blink. Your eyes nice way also to smoke out the upper part because it's going to give the illusion of her eyes being much larger.
For those of you who are just joining us, we are doing a live makeup show with Elise Simons. I'll get it right someday.
You got it.
And she is a makeup artist here in El Paso, and she's just showing us how the best way to do your makeup for headshots or any portraits, bridal, boudoir, and also the importance of hiring a professional, because they see us differently than we see ourselves, and they're going to make us look like our best selves, not the way we see ourselves, because we don't always see ourselves in the most flattering way.
Well, open and look at me. Great. Close again. Open again. Alright, now we're looking good. Close again. I'm going to change the shape of this. Our eyes are also never the same either. And open again. So we have to look back and forth a lot to make sure things are the same. And close and then finish on your lashes. There we go. Okay, so eyeliner is on.
And let's show everyone the. Can I show
Oh,
everyone the
sure.
brush? Because this thing is just amazing. And I
Doing
kind
that.
of
If I need any more foundation, I might turn the back of my hand off a
So
little
let's
bit.
see.
I don't know if you can see, guys. This is the brush. It's an actual little brush, and if you're trying to do those fancy cat eyes, oh, this makes it so much easier.
I don't know if I was in the frame.
I don't know if you were.
I don't know. Let me come over here.
Go to the middle of the
I'm
camera.
going to the middle of the camera. Here we go. There it is. Of course, I'm at a time delay, so when I'm watching on my phone, it's not the same. But that's it. It's amazing.
And I think for her lips, we're going to start with something that's a little more nude and natural. So again, I'm going to start working back and forth.
Don't laugh at me, Ashley.
And I'm going to come in, you have really long lashes. I want you to look straight ahead. I'm going to curl your lashes a little bit. Your lashes are huge. Okay, I'm going to start pinching. So tell me, is that okay if I keep going? So by curling the lashes, it helps lift them a little bit. Okay, look straight ahead again.
Oh, you brought out the torture device.
Yep.
Just kidding.
Am I okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good? Now I'm going to get these
It just feels weird.
long lashes on the outer corner. So we're just grabbing a portion of them over here. Okay.
I think I've had that done to me maybe once before.
Oh, really? And I'm going to come in with our mascara. So the mascara, we call it the Perfect Mascara. It's got an amazing brush on it. Unfortunately, I can't use this on the actual brush on someone, so I am going to put a bunch of mascara here on a disposable. The mascara has fibers. It's a one-step product. I'm going to put a little bit here on my palette also so I can continue to use that without recontaminating the mascara. And I'm going to use two tools. So look towards me a little bit and look down a little bit. I'm going to start by coating the tips because the fibers will help lengthen and thicken, and I always like to start there first.
Elise, I love in your tutorials on your page, you always say you're going to go uptown
I do.
and downtown
And then
and
cross
then cross
town. And that's something that my mentor actually taught me, and I think it's so much easier when we coat the lash from both sides. It really helps. It helps not only just build and lift, but we'll show you in a minute. Look up a little bit what this mascara can do. A lot of people forget we have two sides of the lashes. We don't just want the mascara on on the underneath. So there's one eye done. I'm going to come over and do the other one. Look down a little bit more. So I'm going to start at the tips again. So now we talked about that, I'm going uptown. I'm going to try to move my arms so you all can see. So we're going uptown. We're quilting from the bottom and going up. And now I'm going to come downtown, so I'm coming from the top down. I'm actually twirling the brush just a little bit. I'm going to cut back uptown again to lift those lashes again. And now I'm going to start going crosstown. So I want to pull the outer edges out, sorry, and the inner lashes in towards the nose so they create a really nice shape. Up a little bit, we'll put a little bit of mascara on the lowers.
Yes, we are located next to the ambulance bay. Oh no, this is a fire truck.
The fire truck. Yeah. I was gonna say, sounds much louder than an ambulance.
Make up a little bit more mascara on my fan brush. Best way to apply mascara is from your own mascara wand, because the brush that comes with the mascara is usually made for the mascara, so it's amazing. But I'm going to come and look down for me a little bit. And I'm just going to pull a little bit of more of that product through. This way I'm still not cross-contaminating anything. You also want to find a makeup artist who is crazy about sanitation. So all my brushes are washed after every client, washed and sanitized. I also spray all my product down with an antibacterial product that's made for makeup. So if I put my brush back in a few times, that is never going to be on anyone else's skin, particularly around the eyes. Just going to lift a little bit here again. It's really just one coat of mascara, so it's awesome what this does. So we're going to go in with our lipstick color. And I'm going to use Macaroon today. What I like to do, especially for photo shoots, is use something, this is an enduring lip color, so it's a long-lasting, a liquid lipstick if you may, but it's not as drying on the lips. It's moisturizing, and then I like to use also just a spot of lip gloss on top. So this is a very opaque color. It'll show up matte, but we want just a little gloss on the lips. So I'm going to come in with a different brush here.
Lips are very dry.
No, this is going to feel, it almost feels like a moisturizing lipstick when you first put it on. A little bit.
That color.
It's actually
Which
the same
one?
color I have on. This is Macaroon.
Okay.
And I'm also an independent beauty guide, so if you see any products here that you'd like to purchase, please reach out to me and I can get them to you. Some I carry in stock all the time, especially lip colors. A lot of people want to purchase the lip color right away. And some things we order direct from the company from New York. Now, I want you to just press your lips together, don't smush. There you go. Okay.
And what is the company that you represent?
Limelight by Alcone. So a lot of you may not have heard of the company, especially in El Paso. Alcone is actually the parent company, based out of New York City. And it is a makeup supply store that only professionals can go in to purchase product. I've been able to go into the store, I think I've had 2 occasions, and the third was for a workshop. And what started happening is the consumer, the public, wanted to go in and purchase product. And we're always turned away. So Alcone has actually reached out to some of their best-selling products and companies and asked if they could continue to carry them to sell so we could get product to the consumer. So to do that, they've reached out to some of us makeup artists, and this way we can make the product available to you. You can see still a very small amount that I still have on my brush, open a little bit, and the color payoff. So now that's drying down a little bit. How does that feel on your lips? Doesn't feel like real dry like some of the other long-lasting lipsticks. I'm going to go in now with one of our glosses. So you can see it's starting to dry down a little matte. And I love our little lip glosses. So they have a mirror on them, the jewels, so they're real pretty to carry in your purse. And here's the trick for photography. You never want to coat the whole lip with lip gloss. So I'm going to actually blot off some of that color we had on there, pick up a little bit of the lip gloss, and open for me. And I'm just going to come right into the center. High up on the lip. And now don't smush, just press your lips together. So that's going to create just a little bit of depth without being overly glossy. It's going to feel a little more comfortable on the skin. Now take a look at me. So you can see now it looks like a natural highlight, which I think is really pretty.
It is.
I am going to take some setting spray, and I just want to brush our brows up again because this is going to hold everything we have on the brows in place. Foundation, makeup. Close your eyes. And just keep everything set there. That's going to dry down. So that's one look. You can see how beautifully now her eyes, the green in her eyes, I think is popping.
It is.
The foundation is not looking real heavy on the skin. And they come in with just a little bit more concealer on these tiny little spots here. I think we need to do a photography session now.
We do.
I always tell people don't really worry about your skin when you're doing photography sessions, because a great photographer can really smooth those out for you. I know Stephanie's really good at that. And I'm just putting a little bit more highlight right underneath the cheekbone. So we're just creating again that illusion of lifting her a little bit. Let's step back and take a look. And I think I'm going to add just a touch more blush again. That's also the beauty once we've set things with powder and even the setting spray. With this line, we can go right over it without anything caking.
Oh, Savannah says hi.
Hi, Savannah. And I'm just popping that highlight just a little bit more so it appears to look a little more dewy. So there we go.
Very
So,
nice.
do we have any more questions?
Yeah, I don't
Anything
think I
coming
don't see
through?
anyone.
No? Sometimes
No.
it's too early in the morning.
Maybe.
Probably.
We'll do the next one maybe later in the evening when everyone's home and not at
Right.
work and not
Right.
busy with the kids. But yeah, you look amazing. Oh, let's see. We need to get her a mirror.
Ah.
Oh God.
So
I
let's
didn't
see.
pack one with me.
Okay, I have my great big one over here.
Oh, that is a great big
It
one.
is.
Oh wow.
So pretty.
I never wear makeup really.
Oh, there you
Now
go.
You should.
Takes a little time, but it really
Yeah.
is a better version of
Yeah.
what Kathleen normally looks like. And that's what I say you always need for photography.
Sorry, can you see it? Let's see. Can you see
You keep
it?
like
Can you see
spinning
it?
it that way, so I'm like,
Sorry. So, alrighty. Well, if there's any questions, you guys can leave them in the comments, and we will answer them as we can. And if you have any questions about the product that Elise used,
Yeah.
the Limelight, it's an absolutely amazing product. I use it myself on an almost daily basis when I actually put a face on. But yeah, we're so excited to have you here, and thank you, Elise, for coming.
It was fun.
And yeah, this was a lot of fun. We'll have to do it again. And I guess let's see if I can figure out how to turn things off